There's a lot to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies these voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Akojopo News, 88.7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Akojopo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Akojopo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmos. First, the headlines. Finance Minister says Nigeria's economy rebounding under President Tinubu's reforms. Oyo government moves to bridge welfare gaps among industrial workers. Surrey Police issues public appeal to help find prisoner released in error from South London prison. Trump administration will reduce traffic at 40 airports across the United States starting Friday if shutdown continues. Victor Osimhen becomes second Nigerian with UEFA Champions League hat-trick. Now the details. The coordinating Minister of Economy and the Minister of Finance, Mr. Wale Edun, has said that the country's economy is showing strong signs of recovery following a series of bold reforms introduced by President Bola Tinubu. Speaking with newsmen after briefing the president on the current state of the economy today, Mr. Edun said the economic indicators are pointing upward, with Nigeria recording a 4.3% GDP growth, the highest in a decade. The finance minister explained that the growth spans 13 key sectors, demonstrating the broad impact of the government's reform agenda, while adding that inflation is beginning to taper down, signaling a gradual stabilization of prices and improvement in purchasing power. Mr. Edun further reaffirmed the administration's commitment to sustaining economic growth, enhancing productivity across all sectors, and ensuring that reforms translate into real benefits for Nigerians. The Oyo state government has reiterated its commitment to the welfare of workers and the cost of its industry-friendly policies in the state. The Commissioner for Investment, Trade, Cooperatives and Industry, Mr. Adebisi Adeniyi, made this known during a sensitization visit to the Nigerian breweries and the Nigerian bottling company, Coca-Cola. The commissioner, represented by the Director of Industry, Mrs. Majidat Olariwaju, who led a delegation of the committee to both organizations, added that Governor Makinde had charged the committee to ensure a good rapport between employers and their staff in companies operating in Oyo State. Addressing the management team and the leaders of the labor unions at both organizations, the commissioner identified welfare and safety concerns as well as maintenance of peace as the core interest of the committee, and therefore charged the management team at MBC to expand the restaurant facility to ensure a healthier and hygienic dining environment. The Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority, OITMA, has urged motorists and other road users to adhere strictly to traffic rules and regulations, especially during and after the Ember month. The executive chairman of OITMA, Major Adekola Adeshagba, made the appeal during a road sensitization campaign aimed at educating motorists and pedestrians on safe and proper road usage. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Oluwapemi Bamidele brings the details.
The Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority today embarked on an awareness campaign aimed at reducing the incidence of road accidents, which are often believed to be more frequent during and after the ember months. The campaign, led by the executive chairman of the Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority, OITMA, Major Adekoya Adeshagba, retired, in collaboration with other relevant stakeholders, took the team to several major roads across Ibadan, the state capital. Areas covered during the exercise included Ojo, Songo, Bodija, Mokola Roundabout, Dugbe, and Akpata. Speaking with journalists at the event, Major Adekoya Adeshagba, retired, emphasized that the Ember month should not be seen as a season of doom, but rather as a period that calls for greater caution and responsibility on the road.
There is a myth about Ember month. It's a time where people are more conscious, or it is attributed to a time of increased road crashes. And as usual, Otman, we are out today for a road show. To do what? To sensitize our people in all the languages, major languages of Nigeria, about the danger of some of these our activities, the acting and results into crashes on our road.
While highlighting OITMA's strategic approach to traffic management, Major Adeshagba, retired, added that the agency would continue to combine public sensitization with strict enforcement to ensure full compliance with road safety and regulations.
If you must drink, please don't drive. And if you want to drive, don't drink. Avoid it, because we are going to deploy fertilizer to assist motorists and commuters, so that we can find out if somebody is drunk. Then we will advise for that driver not to proceed with the journey.
The major highlight of the event was the distribution of awareness flyers and reflective road traffic signs to motorists. Oluwapemi Bamidele, Agidigbo FM News.
The Oyo State Tertiary Institutions, arm of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, NUP, has appealed to Governor Seyi Makinde to address what it described as the last obstacle delaying the implementation of the approved pension review for retirees of state-owned tertiary institutions. Speaking at a press briefing today at the NUP Secretariat, Agbarigo, Ibadan, the chairman of the Tertiary Institutions branch, Dr. Solomon Ladipo, commended Governor Makinde for his consistent commitment to improving pensioners' welfare in the state, while describing the governor as a compassionate leader who has demonstrated a strong resolve to alleviate the suffering of retirees. Dr. Ladipo, however, expressed concern that pensioners in state-owned tertiary institutions whose salaries are funded through government subventions have not received the approved pension adjustment for the past 10 months, as the management of the affected institutions claimed they were unable to implement the new rates without an enabling circular from the state government. According to the chairman, although the union has continued to engage the heads of institutions in relevant ministries to secure the necessary circular, no progress has been made. Also speaking, the State Assistant Secretary, Comrade Banji Koliushu, expressed hope that the outcome of a press briefing would bring relief to pensioners by the beginning of next month. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Pulu Hamza Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola. Police are hunting for two prisoners mistakenly released from Wandsworth Prison in the past week. 24-year-old Ojeria Brahim Kado Sharif was released from the prison on Wednesday, 29 October, while 35-year-old William Smith, convicted of fraud, was set free on Monday, 3rd of November. News of the releases broke after the conservative James Catley pressed Deputy Prime Minister David Lammy on whether any asylum seekers has been mistakenly released since Adosh Kebatu last month. Although Lammy did not answer the question directly, meanwhile, there are serious questions being asked in the prison service about why it took a week for Wandsworth prison official to notify the police of the accidental release. However, spokesman for Sakestama has called the latest mistake as unacceptable and said the circumstances will be forensically looked at. Tanzania main opposition party on Wednesday has accused police of disposing the bodies of hundreds of demonstrators killed in a crackdown following a disputed election that saw the incumbent president Samia Suluhu Hassan won by landslide. The opposition Chadema party claimed to have documented 2,000 deaths and accused police of disposing the bodies at an undisclosed location. Although press has not been able to verify the death toll as the government previously dismissed the opposition figure. However, African Union and the Foreign Ministry of Canada, Norway, and United Kingdom have expressed concern about reports of high numbers of fatalities. And that ends the news from Kunle Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosi Sonya. The Federal Aviation Administration will reduce flights at dozens of major airports as early as Friday if no shutdown deal is reached, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced at a news conference. 10% of air traffic at 40 busy airports would be cut, potentially impacting thousands of flights, though the details of how many and which specific airports will be cut was not announced. The announcement comes as air traffic controllers staffing shortages during the shutdown are delaying an increasing number of flights throughout the country. Controllers will miss their second full paycheck next week, and some are taking second jobs to make ends meet or calling in sick in protest. Tanzania's election did not comply with democratic standards, the African Union Observers Mission said on Wednesday over the exclusion of her main challengers. At this preliminary stage, the mission concludes that the 2025 Tanzania general elections did not comply with AU principles, normative frameworks, and other international obligations and standards for democratic elections, according to the mission. Observers saw ballot stuffing at several polling stations, with people being issued multiple papers to vote, it said, also noting an absence of political party agents during counting. Some observers were asked to leave stations, it added. However, the government says the election was fair and transparent. And that ends the news from Kuleyemzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Uluwatose Soya.
Welcome back once again, and now to the exciting world of sports, where Victor Osimhen wrote his name into the history books on Wednesday night after becoming the second Nigerian to score a hat-trick in the UEFA Champions League, the Super Aim. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Finance Minister says Nigeria's economy rebounding on the President Tinubu's reforms. Oyo government moves to bridge welfare gaps among industrial workers. Surrey Police issues public appeal to help find prisoner released in error from South London prison. Trump administration will reduce traffic at 40 airports across the US starting Friday if shutdown continues. Victor Osimhen becomes second Nigerian with UEFA Champions League hat-trick.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo887fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on the Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news stories and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. Believe you can and you are halfway there. It always seems impossible until it's done. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmos. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out-of-school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM, the people's voice.